What's going on, guys? Just going to do a quick update. I am on vacation back home, so that's why the videos are going to be more inconsistent right now. But I did want to talk about Sofi because I know a lot of people are in this one and the whole market is selling off, and Sofi has gotten drilled this last week, down a ton. But first off, the whole market is getting wrecked. Growth stocks are getting wrecked. Small caps, pretty much every stock except FANG is getting wrecked. And even today, we saw tech sell off quite a bit. So you're seeing, stocks that were peaking during COVID really getting beaten down now. Teladoc, Roku, Chewy, just a ton of those stocks getting messed right now. So, there's a lot of deals, but you really want to be careful buying a dip that keeps dipping. I prefer to wait for signs of reversal or at least breaking the downtrend. So I am seeing deals, just being patient. And, this is going to be a low volume week. We have Thursday off. Friday's a short day. Tomorrow we have the FOMC minutes coming out, Powell speaking, just a lot of choppiness in the market right now. So, it's tough because we all love the stock market, but it's likely your best bet to just take the week off and get through this low volume holiday week and then come back next week when things are back to normal. But, I do expect a rotation back into small caps and growth pretty soon here once we get out of, Apple, Amazon, stuff like that. But we're going to get into Sofi, the latest news, and then a play that I really like for December that banked today, but I don't think the move is done. So stick around for that. If you enjoy these videos, please like and subscribe, check out the Discord and Patreon, and let's get into it. All right, so it really seems that Sofi has just been bad news after bad news since they really, spiked that last month to $24. Everything was going crazy for Sofi. We were all extremely happy. And then you had the warrants, that offering that kind of caused some FUD. Chamath selling, SoftBank selling, and now you're seeing, people like Meet Kevin talk about it, selling, and just a lot of kind of negative sentiment around Sofi at the moment. I still think that it's at a fair value of, $25, $26, and with the bank charter, I do see this going higher. But like we said, that bank charter, we don't know exactly when it's coming. I hope it's December, but we never know, and you could see us sell the news on the bank charter. So it's always smart never to go all in on something, although I do see Sofi much higher than its current price in the coming years. But as far as options, just be a little bit cautious on that. Now, its current price could come down a bit more because we'll get into the news about this lockup expiring tomorrow. And then I may add those leaps back that I originally sold a couple weeks ago. I never thought I would get those leaps cheap again. So that's what I'll be looking for. Those options, those 2023 calls, maybe even in the money to play it even safer. But right now, Sofi is under a lot of FUD. All right, so here's the news everyone is fearing at the moment, and that's that 16.67% of the remaining locked up shares are open tomorrow to sell on November 24th. So people are anticipating another red day for Sofi, likely a lot of fear and panic selling. So we could see this come down even more. Now, I did sell most of my options. I do have a few left. May have to sell for a loss because they're only out to March. I could hold them, could average down. We'll just have to wait and see. But I would be careful buying the dip at the moment. Let the dust settle and let things kind of, chill out before scaling back in, especially to options. But it's funny when Sofi's pumping, everyone's super bullish on it, and then a couple, negative news things come out and people are automatically bearish and switch their whole views on Sofi. So really not worried about it. We'll see how the market takes this though, and we'll just play it by ear. We could either short Sofi or sell covered calls. I think both will work nicely and just make money while we're waiting for this thing to recover. All right, so as you can see here, highest volume options of the last hour of the day. Sofi puts, so likely this news was spreading around and people were starting to short Sofi, and this is for November 26th. So that's expiring this week. Likely Sofi is going to come down. My plan is, let them drill this thing in the ground. Let me get a better entry on Sofi. Pick up those 2023 leaps again. Maybe add some more shares and, really get a good average cost again. So I'm going to let the dust settle. Let them really drill this down. And once things kind of calm down, go long again. And, the bank charter will come in the next couple of months. And this thing will pump back up. So it's just a waiting game at this moment. You just got to play it smart. Don't rush into too many things, but that's what we have for Sofi. And the flow is a bit bearish at the moment. Now, we'll look at the chart real quick and get into that. All right, so here's what I have for Sofi looking at the daily. Now, obviously, the double rounding bottom pattern somewhat failed. It just rejected again, basically triple topped, and then all the bad news really drilled us down. So hopefully SoFi holds this right here around, that second support of 1694. If it breaks this, then I would say $15.40 to $15 is likely, and start scaling in there. If it breaks that, we're just going to continue down. So just be very careful, scale in, average down, buy in batches, not all at once, in my opinion. You have your resistances, your supports, but that's really what we're looking at for SoFi at the moment, just to hold this and hopefully bounce. All right, next up is NIO. Talked about this one actually on TikTok a few days ago, and it pumped, made some good money on it. I exited the position, and I picked up a few more calls end of day here. It is up after hours, but not nearly as much as I had. We have NIODAY coming up on 12/18, and we know what happened last NIODAY. This thing went crazy all the way up to, $50, $60 before, ultimately coming down heavily, and pretty much did nothing the rest of the year. So looking for NIO to announce some new models. They have deliveries as well, and we know how these catalysts go. You get a run up before the catalyst, usually a sell the news, but it all depends. So my game plan is to scale into NIO, let this thing break out upon the catalyst, and then maybe leave one lottery runner just to see what happens. But I think this will pay. You could easily see NIO back to $50 here if the event gets hyped up. Now we'll go over the chart and the flow, but this one definitely paid today. Really want to see this one take off soon here. All right, here's NIO on the daily. And to be honest, I'm not a fan of NIO. I'm not long on NIO, and I don't own shares of NIO. This is strictly a trade for me, options trade to bank on the event and get out. Now, we could see things were getting pretty tight. We pumped up here. A break over 43.79 will be a daily breakout, and that's where we really start to run. We could see it reject. We could fill this gap below, which I'll show you if we go to a smaller time frame here. So it does have a gap down here at 39. If we did fill that below, that's where I would really build out the position and go long for this event. But you can see the volume was pretty good today. So that's what I'm looking at. NIO's flow is pretty solid, pretty bullish. And yeah, we have that event coming up. So we're looking to start scaling into that and averaging down. I'm taking January in the money calls. And for the small account, I may take one naked call and one spread. So that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe and have a good one.